right, good afternoon. I'm Mayor Brian DeLong, and it truly is a privilege to be here today to present this to you. As with every year, there's always a lot of highs in the city, and every once in a while we have some lows. So I'm going to start the presentation with North Kansas City experienced an immense tragedy on July 19th when Officer Daniel Vasquez was killed in the line of duty while performing a car stop in our neighborhoods. Officer Vasquez proudly and bravely served the North Kansas City community for 2 years. As Chief Freeman said, Daniel was a shining star in our organization. One of the things I love about the North Kansas City community is the way everyone really comes together. And I want to thank all of you for being there for our fire department, being there for the city, and being there for our residents. You know, it is really great to see the way the community can come together as we all share the grief of this tragedy. So thank you all for your support. Okay, this project, it was recognized at our the Business Council Award presentation. This is our $15 million renovation of a 100-year-old water treatment plant. This investment, it's an investment in the future of our community that will result in a more modern and efficient water treatment system. This is just one example of how the city continues to be focused on infrastructure investments that prepare our community for our future. And I went very brief because Public Works Director NKC Sands will go into many more details about what's going on with this project. Okay, another one you guys have seen all the cones all along Armour, from Armour Road all the way through downtown. Here's one of the reasons, the Downtown Streetscape Project. We're finally nearing the end of this project. This is a $4 million project. And really, it's going to spruce up our downtown. New trees, new ADA ramps, new sidewalks, new bricks, a little bit of all the above, just to give a refreshed look to downtown. But Wood will cover more on this project. I just wanted this slide so I can say thank you all again for your patience during this project. I know this has been a heavy lift to have the sidewalks closed down, to have your bricks tore up outside of your project for 8 weeks plus in each phase. So I just wanted to touch on this one and say I truly appreciate the community's support and patience while we get this project done. Hopefully, we don't have to do it again for 30 plus more years. So there's the plus side. All right, the other cones you're seeing, the Armour Road Complete Street Project, that one should be wrapping up very shortly here. The ultimate vision for the Armour Road corridor is a safe corridor that serves all users, incorporates sustainable measures, and is visually appealing. This project included intersection and crosswalk improvements, beautification, and increased safety for pedestrians, cyclists, and motorists along Armour Road. And as I said, both these projects are scheduled to be done by Thanksgiving. All right, River Forest Park. In August 2021, City Council and our Parks Board, we agreed to work jointly on a parks feasibility study. And that's for River Forest Park. The study explored conceptual designs of park improvements and trails, technical considerations, cost estimates, and phasing plans for identified improvements. And after a lot of conversations and open houses and joint meetings with our Parks Board, we agreed to proceed with the project. So we are currently pursuing grant funding now for this new project, and we are in the beginning stages of the design and engineering for this project. So very excited. This is on the east side of 35, and then west of Vernon, kind of behind the McDonald's up in that neighborhood area up there. All right. A new thing we introduced in the last year is the North Kansas City Citizens Academy. This is one of Kim Nakahoto's projects, and I have to thank her for her work on that. If any of you have worked with her, you know her passion for local government, and she has translated this into a fantastic course for our residents to take. Our first class graduated a few months ago, and this is them at their graduation ceremony, and we're currently underway with our second class. This allows residents to learn more about how local government works and how to get involved with boards and commissions. And it's a 9-week course that was designed to train and inspire future leaders in our community. In fact, one of our newest council members is actually a graduate of the Citizens Academy, Connor Fitzgerald, which we see here. I don't think that's on. No. Okay, another one is just engagement in general. It's been important for me to directly interact. It's important for me to attend events like this and really interact with everyone and hear what's going on in the community. I only know my life through my shoes. I don't know what it's like to be anyone else's to be in their business position, so I try to schedule a lot of events and, like I said, attend all these things to give everyone an opportunity to really provide me direct feedback on things they're seeing, ideas they have, or issues, concerns, or future dreams for North Kansas City. And so over the last year, I've done several business roundtables, we've done other engagement events, and we're currently scheduling our next round of community engagement events, which I think will include a happy hour, I believe, and an early morning coffee connection if you can't make that. We'll do that on like a Saturday morning, a coffee thing. And we'll continue to find ways. Engagement can be hard sometimes. You schedule a lot of things and don't always get a lot of people show up to things, so we're always trying to find that balance on when people are able to attend things. So if you're interested in joining in those, please always feel free to reach out and also watch across our social media channels as we announce future events. All right, now for some development updates. We broke ground recently on 23rd and Swift Apartments. We celebrated that with a groundbreaking several months ago. We'll go with that. That's a 294-unit apartment building just a couple blocks from our downtown. Construction is currently in full swing and expected to be completed, and it says 2023, but I believe it's the spring 2024 is what I had before. So 2024. Some more development, we have Bloom NKC. This is the spot that's just north of what should be a future IHOP along Burlington. This is the last remaining undeveloped parcel in the Northgate Village, which will soon be home to an owner-occupied townhomes with first-floor commercial space, creating a unique space that complements live-work lifestyles. The site will also feature apartments and commercial spaces for lease, and this is expected to begin construction this spring. All right, well, here's some more cones I was talking about earlier. We have some more cones over here in the 18th and Swift area, but really excited. These should be removed, and we should all be open here, I believe, by end of the year or January of next year. Construction's really been moving along, and once complete, this $50 million investment will have 208 market-rate apartments. All right, we also got the gallery lofts. So some of our newest residents now live in the gallery lofts. This $10 million multifamily development has 49 units, of which 33 of those are designated as affordable units. This project, once fully complete, will feature a ground floor gallery and artist studio space, which is currently in its finishing stages. All right, we got a few updates on 1 North here. First one coming up here is the grocery store development. Currently where we stand with that is we updated our master development agreement with our master developer, Rick Warner, giving him until the end of this year to have essentially the financing and the component developer all in place, and until the end of next year to actually have a grocery store built and open. So we're still working on finalizing those details, and hopefully we should have all that by the end of the year, and then we can move on to construction of the grocery store finally after 20 plus years of working on this. Next up, the Millhouse Apartments. This development featured 272 units and broke ground several months ago. The Millhouse Apartments are scheduled to be complete by the end of 2023. And then the final update for now on 1 North is the Genesis Health Club Sand Volleyball and Surfing Restaurant. They recently announced they're going to put in a 70,000 square foot complex that will feature sand volleyball and a surfing restaurant. You see a little wave, flow rider, whatever it is on the back end there. This project is in the final stage of design and will be under construction in early 2023. Okay, another one I'm excited about. The Kansas City Streetcar Authority, the City of North Kansas City, and the KCHEA, in cooperation with MoDOT and the City of Kansas City, have been in the process of studying the feasibility of bringing the streetcar across the river over here to North Kansas City. So far, the study's identified preferred river crossings, alignments, and a few possible locations, although a lot of those details still need to be hammered down. The study also included financial analysis, including capital and operating costs, funding sources, and possible grant opportunities. We still have some ongoing conversation I said about where stops are going to be. So far, where we've landed is we believe it to be technically feasible and within the realm of financially feasible, but the financially feasible is certainly going to be a heavy lift. So we have a lot more conversations in the future to make sure that's right for North Kansas City. The Burlington Corridor. The city continues to work towards improvements to the Burlington Corridor to make it a more green, welcoming, and complete street. Planned improvements will bring improved bicycle, pedestrian, and transit facilities to this major gateway into North Kansas City. The investment of this project over 4 years is going to be $24 million. And we're currently in the property acquisition phase and hope to be moving along into the next phases very shortly. All right. City government's very people-driven organizations. And so I want to welcome a couple of our new employees here. We have Mike Nichols, our new city administrator, and Shu Wood, our new community development director. So we're very excited to have them on board. Yes. If you haven't had a chance to meet them, there they are. They're right here. Say hi. They're both fantastic people, and we're excited about the direction that the city's going to go with them at the helm. So welcome. With that, you're done listening to me talk for now. The format is now we're going to go into all the department heads and go through each individual departments. And at the very end, we can open it back up for questions. And so now I'll let the experts come talk. Something who's a community development. Who would? Oh, sorry. I'm a mess.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Don't they always put the newest person first? Feels like that. I am Shu Wood. You can call me Shu. I'm like a pair of shoes. I know the spelling is challenging. So if you ever forgot my name, that's okay. You can call me Miss Wood. And if you call me Miss Woods, I will nod my head as well. So no worries. It is my pleasure to meet you all today and this afternoon. It is sunny now, so who knows? But my department really has a couple key functions you might not know, so I will just touch them briefly with you, so you know in future where you can file the complaints when you get them. All right, so if we can move on to, oh, sorry, I feel like there was a robot for me, but I actually don't. So the first main function that we perform is to set up the vision and the goal for our community. What does our community want for the next 5-10 years? That essentially is the planning part for our community. So we do a large amount of work to just engage with the local citizens and the leader groups and to understand what they want. So this vision, oops, there must be a robot. So this vision that you're seeing on this particular slide has been set in our master plan. This is our current master plan, which was completed back in 2016. And in this master plan, we mentioned that we want North Kansas City to continue to support our existing spaces, support the uniqueness of it. I'm sorry, I talk so slow. And then we wanted to also to have the economy grow in our city while we maintain the character of our community. So these come into the master plan as a guidance for our current zoning code, building code, and how we can accommodate this particular goal. So one of the key functions that we have really to meet our goal is to issue the building permits. We have building permits for residential and non-residential projects. As you can see on this particular chart, I know some data nerd will take a look at the chart and say, oh no, the number of building permits are going down, which is true. Oh, don't get over there, don't jump. So back in 2022, our building permits, the total number of building permits is only a little over 200. However, this is not a bad thing because for the value of the building permits, it's actually going up. The past year, we have over 100 million worth projects going in our city. This is a very exciting news. That means we are getting higher quality development in North Kansas City. And hopefully this is what we all want to see and we will be seeing in the future. So the next item I want to mention real quick is the annual report. Community development will put an annual report every year. There are a lot of good data in it. It gives you a brief overlook, see how this community is doing for development-wise. And so you can find this particular report on our website under community development. If you ever have a trouble with that, just let us know and I'll help you. And there are a couple projects which is guided by the master plan and informed through our capital improvement projects that the mayor has already touched briefly. I will just highlight a couple of those. The first one is the downtown streetscape. I happen to take some pretty pictures here on a pretty day, but I want to highlight a few things that you might not notice. This particular project covers 2 blocks north and south of Swift and Armour Road. As you all know, it's focused in downtown. It's focused in downtown commercial area. The improvements we actually have done, including the pavers, and as you can see, the brick pavers that we're ripping up the old ones and replacing with the new ones. They did a really good job flattening it up. And the corners, we have incorporated in our North Point design. And we also added amenities, including the bike racks and also the landscape that's slowly coming in place. I want to thank Mallory Brown, who helped lead this project before I came. So thank you, Mallory. The second project I will touch briefly was the Armor Road. Anthony Sands will have a lot to say about when this project will be finished, so I will leave all the questions to him. But we're very excited for this project because you're going to get rid of all those delineators. Nobody's going to drive over those anymore, yay! And we're going to get a beautification along Armor Road, which is our major through traffic street. We want to reach the goal to let the traffic go through our city as well as they can slow down to provide opportunities for business in our downtown and let people see, oh wow, this is a whole new world. It will become a whole new world. All right, the next one is the East-West Connection Study. This is a feasibility study that was under the Planning Sustainable Places grant, which was administered by Mid-American Regional Council. And this study recommended a shared use path on both sides of Armor Road to connect the east and the west side of the city, which was traditionally bisected by the interstate highway. So the safety is our biggest concern, and the connectivity as well as is a pretty big component for this project. So this project was led by WSP and it just got wrapped up. You can see the fresh report on our website for this particular project, and there's a video there that can walk you through the conceptual design and the layout of this shared use path. So the next component for community development is how we can promote the private development. As the mayor mentioned, there are a lot of exciting private development that's going on. I would have just mentioned two quick ones. The first one's the 23rd in Swift. It does add 292 units. I know the mayor said 294, so don't take the number so seriously. It's somewhere close to 300. They will be available in the end of 2023 or the early of 2024. So we're very excited for this particular project because it's also a project that can beautify our Swift. It will provide a dedicated bike lane along Swift, which is the bottom right corner shown on this rendering. And another project of private development I want to mention is the One North apartment, which is also referred to that Millhouse Apartments. It's just directly south of Genesis Club, and it will provide 275 units. So this is another big complex for the apartments buildings in our One North development area other than the backyard. So with all that, I'll give a little information for the other functions we have. You can contact us with that number shown on the PowerPoint, but we would do a lot of projects and a lot of work that you probably never thought about. One of those is we do have building inspection in a code compliance component. This is why I said, when you have something you want to complain, it probably will come to me. So we want to make sure all the private uses are guided through the zoning and the building code per the city adopted ordinances. We want to make sure there is a compatibility among the community that we can all enjoy our life together. With that, any questions? Oh, I think our public works director is ready.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If you have any questions, just I'll direct it to him. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Shu. Good afternoon. As Shu said, my name is Anthony Sands. I'm the Director of Public Works for the City of North Kansas City. I've been with the city for a little over a year and a half now, and have had the privilege of being here during a really neat time of growth and reinvestment. There's quite a bit going on in the city, and like I said, just been lucky to be able to take part of it. So what does the Public Works Department do? Public Works is made up of 31 professional individuals that are responsible for overseeing and providing citizens in North Kansas City a wide variety of services that they encounter every day. The department is broken up in 3 divisions: water services, municipal services, and our engineering division. The water services division, they are responsible for maintaining 42 miles of storm sewers, 6 stormwater pumping stations, 3 sanitary sewer pumping stations, 2 water distribution stations, and of course the water treatment plant. They also manage over 37 miles of wastewater and industrial wastewater sanitary facilities, and about 38 miles of water distribution mains. You know, there's no such thing I think is a good water main break. You know, we had about 3 this last year that were really big. And then the one here on the right was pretty unique. We actually got to see some of the old interurban tracks that were under Burlington as that kind of came through and repaired that project. So kind of never know what you're going to find under these roads. The Municipal Services Division, they routinely provide maintenance to roadways and sidewalks, filling potholes, curb repairs, permitting utility construction, and just kind of caring for the street signage and traffic signals that are out there. They're also the ones you'll see plowing snow. The Street Maintenance Division also is the ones picking up the leaves this time of year. We have 2 vacuum trucks that go around. Kind of takes the crew all week to get through the city with 2 trucks and all entire crew. And you also see them driving 3 of our R3 street sweeping vehicles. This year we got a lot of use out of our newest street sweeper, which is a small, compact mini sweeper. It's good for bike lanes, sidewalks, and kind of gets into different areas. So we've really kind of upped our game trying to keep up with the changes in the city. So our engineering and management side, there's a lot of kind of regular programs that we facilitate, one of those being an ADA and sidewalk upgrade and repair program. That program combined with the tree program this year was, thanks to an increase in the budget, kind of directly approved by council. We expect to do a lot more. We've almost doubled in size. So these programs repair sidewalks, plant the trees, maintain the trees, and again, they're kind of growing in their capacities. The engineering side also manages a lot of the larger capital projects that you see. The mayor and Shu touched on some of those, so I won't dive too deep into it, but this last year, the Armour Road reinvestment, so the downtown streetscape combined with Armour Road, that represents about $6 million reinvestment in that corridor. You're looking at repairs of decorative items downtown, new street lights, brick pavers, ADA upgrades, and then Armour Road, the complete streets, we were able to repave from Fayette to Lynn, actually to Ozark. It was the original concept, but we got all the way to Ozark. And then again, just upgrades and ADA ramps and a lot of infrastructure that had kind of aged. One of our biggest projects that we kind of touched on is the water treatment plant. That represents a $15 million investment in a 110-year-old facility. Kim always has a great example of how that building has grown, from the Ron Weasley house method where for 110 years, each decade has kind of added on a new addition to it. And so this was a revamping of all those systems, modernization of all the systems that produce water, and really, again, it's really unique for a city our size to have this kind of facility and be able to invest in it this way. So looking ahead, we have a lot of aging infrastructure. The Public Works Department is initiating 3 in-depth studies that will take a closer look at our water, sewer, and stormwater systems. The goal is, to kind of create a new plan over the next 10 years that we can map out how we'll reinvest in every one of these very critical systems and infrastructure. So last year we started the Stormwater Master Plan. You might see some of the surveys. I encourage you to go to the website. North Kansas City has a lot of history with flooding, and we want to study that more in depth with our pumping stations, and again, just kind of take these older systems and revamp them. We're going to be doing the water, wastewater, and water distribution systems next, and we'll give them the leaves. And over the next year, we'll be looking at those systems to advance what we can. So that's my update for Public Works. Got a busy year in 2022. Looking ahead to 2023, we're excited for more growth and more reinvestment. So that'll give it over to Victoria Rissler of Parks and Rec.
I'm Victoria, Director of Parks and Recreation. This year, probably our biggest project was Diamond One renovation. This was funded between the city, the North Kansas City School District, and the Park Board. We had our ribbon cutting finally on September 1st, and it was also the home opening game for the girls softball. Another big project was our tennis court lights. So we transferred those from the old ballasts to LED sports lighting, so hopefully you can see a significant difference there. And then we also did the resurfacing of Will Park, which was long overdue, and I heard many people say after we resurfaced, oh look, they put a trail on the other side too. We are part of Snake Saturday, so we host the Lad and Lassies contest. This year's group was very energetic and entertaining. And then we also had 5 Friday night concerts that featured different tribute bands, and we had 3 movies in the park, which ended up being movies in the center because the weather was not cooperating. And then we were also honored to be home to one of the Hearts on Parade this year, and that was also a wonderful gateway to our Arts in the Park Festival. It featured 54 different artists, it had live music, food trucks, beer garden, and entertainment for the kids. And then Day Park was still heavily utilized, and Wagon Trail is still a fan favorite. We have two events that we have annually, our Bonanza, which is our Easter egg hunt for the dogs, and then Halloween, which is their costume contest. We do accept monetary and pet supply donations, and then we donate those to the North Kansas City Animal Shelter. And then we had our first trunk or treat this year. And so there was a little competition between the city departments. And so, as you can see, she was Snow White right there in the front there. We had Jurassic Park, which was the winner of the contest, and it was super amazing, as well as Ghostbusters, a financial graveyard, Wizard of Oz, and a kissing booth for the animal control. But the weather was fantastic, the turnout was sensational, the only thing we didn't have was enough candy. Other than that, parks and the center both have rental needs to meet anything that you might have going on, shelters, fields, courts, meeting rooms, anything that we can host any kind of life celebration that you might have. We have enrichment classes that are for youth and adults. We have arts, cooking, we have summer camp sports, a homeschool program, and then we also have a encore program that's for the active older adults. There's lots of social gatherings, bingo, bunko, movie days. They just started going on day trips again. They visited an alpaca farm over in Bonner Springs about a week and a half ago. And then this year we participated in Mark's Plogathon, which is a Swedish term for jogging while picking up trash. So not only was it wellness oriented, but it also saved all that trash from going into the stormwater system. And thanks to the efforts of North Kansas City residents, Gladstone residents, and Liberty residents, Clay County brought home the trophy. So, and then a couple of upcoming events that we have the Mayor's Tree Lighting is a week from tomorrow. It'll be at the corner of City Hall. This year we're trying to shush it up just a little bit, so there'll be a live reindeer display. We'll also have crumble cookies and cocoa, crafts for the kids, and Briarcliff Elementary will be there to sing, but also we have a Broadway star, Taya Groves, will also be doing some holiday favorites. And then following that is our Mistletoe Market, which is a maker's fair, so if you're looking for that unique gift, Saturday is more family oriented with Santa Claus and crafts for the kids, and then Sunday is more of a sip and shop with mimosas and charcuterie boards. And then Monday of Thanksgiving, we'll have our Feel the Warmth campaign, so we'll be hanging hats, gloves, and scarves out on the fence lines, and they are available for anybody that needs a little extra warmth. And then in December, we have our Winter Wonderland as another free event for kids 12 and under. But other than that, we're always looking for sponsors and partners, so if you'd like more information, please reach out. And with that, I will turn it over to Chris with the police department.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm Sergeant Christopher Kimmel with the North Kansas City Police Department. Chief Freeman was unable to attend today. As the mayor said, Officer Vasquez, who we lost earlier this year, is being honored today at an award ceremony. So Chief is in attendance there. So he asked me to step in for him. We've got some new hires, lots of new faces, which we're excited about. All the officers here, especially Canine Bark down there. He's raring to get out of his car all the time. He's a good boy. We have a lot of fun with him. But a lot of great officers. Animal control's full now. She's a fantastic addition. Dispatch is full, so we are excited about all of our new employees. Officer Shank, he was our parking control officer. He was also promoted. He is a full-time officer with us now. We're excited to have him in that role. A little bit about our training. Just things that we have to do on a yearly basis to maintain our certification through the state of Missouri. Definitely important to get all of those hours in and understand kind of what we, as a in law enforcement, going forward, what we need to focus on. Crime statistics for the years is for the last 3 years. As you can see, our major crimes that we deal with, these are our Part 1 crimes, or A crimes, which are our felonies. Assaults, larcenies, and narcotics violations are up, which with the past 2 years that we've had coming out of the COVID restrictions is understandable. More people getting out and doing things, even criminals. Crimes of theft is obviously our biggest crime that we have here in North Kansas City. We're such an industrial city. We close down shop for the most part after the business hours. So we have a lot of people come in after those hours to steal things. Just some different crimes that we have: shopliftings, motor vehicle and motor vehicle parts and accessories are a little different. Parts and accessories are going to be your catalytic converters and things like that. Theft from motor vehicle is when somebody gets inside your vehicle and takes out your wallet, your keys, your gun, that sort of thing. Crash statistics from our traffic unit. We're a little down on most of our things this year, which we're happy about, but we're definitely out there hitting it hard, trying to keep everybody safe on the roadways. We've recovered 120 stolen autos since October, most of those with the assistance of our license plate recognition system, but that doesn't tell the full story. We might get a hit on a stolen car, but when we go find that stolen car, oftentimes we're getting stolen guns, drugs, felons, people with warrants, and things like that. So while it may be kind of an innocuous, oh, you recovered a stolen auto, great, there's a lot of things that we get out of that that make our city safer. Chief Argus, I'll pass it on to you, sir.
Welcome, everybody. Glad to have you back again. It's been 2 years since we were able to host you in our department here. Hope everybody enjoyed the chili. There's plenty over there. Be sure to get some seconds from the ladies. We were established as a career department in 1924, so in 2024 we'll be celebrating a centennial. We've already planning on redesigning our badge and probably doing some stuff throughout the year to celebrate that. So. A lot of you know the fire department's here, but through the Citizens Academy things, a lot of people don't know actually how many people we have and what we are. We have 61 sworn officers. Out of those, 19 are paramedics. There's been a shortage of paramedics in the region. We've been sending our guys to school. It's working out well for us. We currently have 19. We have 42 EMTs, and we have 2 members who are currently enrolled in paramedic school and should graduate within the next 8 to 10 months. New recruits, last year we were able to hire 4 new recruits. One of those was actually somebody that went to Kansas City. They found out the grass wasn't greener and we got them back, so that was kind of nice to have. Also, we added to a new administrative assistant last month. Her name is Brenda Glossy. Brenda, you want to wave your hand? So if you're calling an officer, Brenda's who you're going to be talking to, so welcome to her aboard. It's nice to have her. Last year we had 3 promotions. These are gentlemen that went through our paramedic program and graduated and are now all active paramedics on the ambulances. So they're some of the people you'll see if you call us for ambulance service, they'll be showing up. I had 1 retirement last year. Paramedic Rich Bath retired after 18 years of service, I believe. We continue to try to provide the highest level of service to you guys. Proud of our department and our guys that do that. As Sergeant Kimmel talked about, we do training. Last year we had 14,374 hours of training. And those are everything from rope rescue, EMS training, training on the computer, going out and driving, doing simulated hose drags. You'll see the guys sometimes in the neighborhoods hooked to a hydrant, shooting water somewhere. The guys train all over the city to be prepared for anything that we have. Some statistics on our response. In 2019, we had a 0.83% increase. 2020, we had a 2.12 increase. 2021, we had a 17.7% increase in call volume. And this year, we're projecting a 6.3 increase. In the last 12 months, we've had 2,642 calls. We've transported 1,927 patients. And then you can see the incident types broken down. It's pretty apparent why we need the paramedics, because 2,030 of those calls were calls for EMS. You've seen these pictures before today. That's been our prevention department hopping, doing inspections, doing plan review to make sure that they meet the safety code requirements and life safety requirements for those types of occupancies. So we've been on top of that with our fire inspector and our fire marshal has been busy almost on a daily basis going into these. Our crews are doing inspections and walkthroughs of these buildings as they're constructed so they can see what type of building construction it is, where there's void spaces, things like that, so if we have to respond later after they're completely finished. So any of you that have businesses that allow us to do those walkthroughs, we appreciate it. It's going to help us in the long run if we do have to respond to your place of business. We do a lot of outreach now that COVID's kind of wound down. We're being able to get out in the community again. We recently went to the high school, participated on career stuff, trying to get some of those high school students into the career path for public safety, public service. We had YMCA kids come over. We could do a little camp with them, showing them about the fire service, letting them spray water. And I think you might recognize the guy in the bottom left-hand corner there playing with the extrication equipment as the mayor. And that was part of one of our Citizens Academy. When they come over here, we do bucket rides, we let them use the equipment, kind of show them what we do on a daily basis. This is some more pictures of the kids from the YMCA this summer. It was hot, so we were able to do a little cooling station for them while they were here. And the guys really, it's fun to have the kids. We don't have the grade school this year, so we're able to get some kids from the Y. So it's kind of nice to be able to do that with the community. Looking toward the future, like I said, we have 2 people in paramedic school. They're going to be graduating. We're continuing to use technology to improve our responses and our efficiency, and we're evaluating how the changing atmosphere with the increased population, increased size of the buildings, the height of the buildings, how we're going to have to adjust to deal with that in the future. So we're looking at that right now, what we may need in the future to handle those things. Any questions? Okay, and then at the conclusion of everything today, there's a tradition in the fire service that when we receive a new apparatus, we push it into the station. And out back here is a new ambulance that we received last week. We're going to push it into the station, push it into service today, and we'd like to invite you all to participate in that ceremony with us. So with that, I will turn it back over to the Honorable Mayor.
Thank you. I think that's the last slide. Right? Right? Okay. You gotta keep me in check here. Okay, any questions just generally? Okay, anyone except Zach. Okay, since you're the only one, go ahead.
One,
Only one.
at your tree lighting, will reindeer ride be provided along with? Maybe that's a partial.
Yeah, I'll put that one personally. Okay.
Passing of Proposition A on the surtax, how does the city, can you comment on how the city will respond?
To be determined. Certainly something we're going to be looking at, coming up, and we may discuss revenue projections here in the next couple weeks, or next Tuesday at our council meeting.
Okay.
So, no, something that's on the radar and something we'll be looking at. All right, with that, I don't want David Slee to be mad at me. He told me to recognize my wife, but now she's gone. So now I'm still gonna be in trouble. So thank you, Nessa. Or am I still alive? Thank you, Nessa. If not for her, I wouldn't be able to do all the things I get to do all the time. It's definitely a heavy lift, so there it is. She's not here, so you can see. With that as well, people always ask what keeps me up at night. It's not much around here because we have such a great staff at City Hall that keeps the city running every single day. I don't have to worry about these things. From Public Works, our police department, community development, all of our administration, from finance, we got to know where we are in the budget, to our fantastic city clerk's office as well. We just have a great staff here at City Hall that helps keep everything running smooth 24/7 all around the year. So with that, I really don't have much else. I'm excited about where the city currently is. I'm excited about where the city's going. And as I said, one of the things that makes North Kansas City so great is all of our business leaders, our innovators, and our makers. You are all contributing to what makes North Kansas City so great. So I thank you, and I thank you for attending today. And that is your business council. There we go.